First thing I heard was why people don't like you and you're not meant to share everything. I wonder if this is for me or for somebody else. 555, very significant still. 1111, extremely significant too. Um, there is extreme resolution. During this upcoming full moon in Gemini, um, and I want to say, well, first thing, I need to advise everyone to just go on YouTube and watch a video about um, full moon in Gemini from Moon Omens. Um, I'm rather, I don't know, I'm rather well versed in astrology, um, but her video, it's just, it's been so comprehensive, so intuitive. Her pattern recognition and ability to put together myths, legends, and proper examples of the statement she makes is extremely impressive. Please watch this video, and also this will be a topic of this reading, and I will take it from a little bit different angle here. So, you know how in pop astrology, in mainstream, Moon in Gemini, if you have displacement, is usually condemned as like rather two-faced or scumbag or emotionally manipulative person. Well, it may seem so in early childhood because those people are intellectualizing emotions. What this Moon in Gemini is about, it's about knowing the ultimate alchemy. It's like a secret key. It's like Lover's card and yin and yang equilibrium and a total alchemy of emotions. The Gemini is the first sign of human. Air element is related to human. And this is very, very, very important here because having Moon in Gemini is as if you have to understand emotions first from perspective of every other element, every other angle, from material reality perspective, from intellectual perspective, from intuitive perspective. I think first comes really intuitive with Moon and Gemini, but really the emotional, actual emotional feeling aspect with which doesn't have, most of people don't have problems with it at all. Gemini moons, they have to understand all others in order to understand this, and then the journey is completed, and then they know everything about emotions, and then they sense it, feel it, understand it. Moon and Gemini's people, I think they oftentimes, I think, ghost of the past here, and the sea, Alice in the Sea of Tears, and I am Kali. Okay, so displacements, perhaps, especially if they are like in higher houses, like from 12 to 10, comes a lot of emotional grief because those people don't read or perceive their own emotions. They read, perceive, understand collective emotions, the emotions of the collective field. So the collective consciousness as well. Maybe even collective consciousness through a certain time frame or period in the past, understanding generational traumas, understanding how everything here works. They have one issue: they don't understand their own emotions, or they disrespect their own emotions. Oftentimes it comes as last. So those people often are those who are accused of various things, projected upon various things. So we have Alice in the Sea of Tears. I'm seeing somebody going, and everybody now will feel this Moon in Gemini. So this is a collective reading. Everybody will be dealing with certain aspect of it in their life. It's like a grand resolution here. and we finishing up Mercury retrograde, so it will be intense this last 3 days of it, up and a full moon later on. It will be a lot of karmic resolutions. I think Saturn also stopped being in retrograde, and Mercury also stopping to be in retrograde. This both move forward finally. So we have this well, karmic resolution and karmic retribution right now. We're starting this period. And an upcoming topic, and something I had in my readings for intensely for last month really. Actually, even from October it was coming up. It was the healing of the inner child, and actually not really healing. It was about discovering what exactly is wounding this inner child. And here we'll talk about final boss as well. And I don't want to, you see, I don't want to do it the from the lens of condemnation or saying somebody is wrong, somebody is wrong, because this all our learning experience. If this wouldn't happen, you will never be where you are, and you are in a perfect place, and it will lead you to more perfect places. This is kind of moment where you understand, like, all of this which you've been through leads you to this wonderful place. You finally are arriving in this brilliant beautifully correlated perspective in which you are actually, well, I think there is some sort of master and alchemist. That words are coming to mind for sure here for somebody. The past returns for a time of this end of Mercury retrograde, and Alice in a sea of tears, cast away out of your depth, feeling abandoned. See, this also the social isolation from not being able to relate to the rest of people, because having this emotional element in some way missing, or having it to always being focused on the grander scale patterns. It's a very scientific placement. Kali, from death comes rebirth. This transformation is unknown yet. It depends on you. It depends how you see yourself and others in this situation, because it's nothing more than a game. You know, for a moon in Gemini, people may think so. People may see them this way. That's for them nothing more than a game. It's just them being, I don't know, perhaps looking like they are opportunistic, looking like they are about to scam you, right? This are these common themes in mainstream astrology. This is what archetype means. When inside they have to perfectly understand emotion from every possible angle, they just taking their time to fully understand you as a being. Here we're moving from duality to non-duality, and here we're kind of trying to detach here to see people as not the ones who actually wounded us, we don't want to be a victim here. We don't want to make them to be aggressors, or we don't want to make it into this such a big affair, even though it was a lot of painful experiences. What it was there in the sea of tears, narcissistic abuse, because that's the first thing which is wounding the inner child and solar plexus area, this empowerment. We're searching for a core of it. And here I have another information that comes psychically, that it's more than that. Like there's a large group, and I don't know if I should call it by a name, but I'm getting, as a Polish person, I especially know this. So I'm in Poland. I've been lately seeing this number of our Pope, who've been Jean Paul II, who've been such a famous figure throughout life, but then later became kind of like, after he already died, it turns out he was involved in not only one thing, which was said, that in actually hiding the fact that how corrupted the church is, and how much of a pedophilia happened in a Christian church. And here in Poland, it is a big issue. Hiding priests, which in some small villages, which were abusing children, sexually abusing children. I bet You know, if you connected somehow to the Christian church, we've been baptized, you may even think, some people may, like, it's not very rational to think so, but you may think that by being baptized you are in some way connected to this disgusting endeavors. um we don't, well, see, I'm trying not to judge anything here, like, I'm really trying, but in this particular case it's really hard to alchemize those emotions, you know, to see at once through the lens of each element and to yet say something about it. Like, what else we can say about it than this abuse, if this happened to you, if this happened to your family member, if you've been living through this, if you've been, I don't know. You know, you might have as well, if you are a psychic and you've been having, let's say, a family member who've been doing that. If you have some spiritual experiences, you might as well even thought that it was you who is an abuser. Maybe you even went through such a torment. Who knows? Like, people's psychology is such, it's extremely well, extraordinary experiences one person can have, if it comes to their psychology. You might be feeling pain of somebody who've been abused, this way, perhaps by a priest, perhaps by, well, this is the ultimate boss here, and this is what actually wounds the inner child the most, is actually sexual abuse. It blocks all lower chakras. It causes that you are never enjoying anything in life anymore, because it caused such a trauma, such a pain. It's complex. It's PTSD simply. So here we have to go as deeply and heal that, and find meaning in it, and find strength to overcome the deepest possible wound to the inner child. This is the easiest way to break a person, but you know, a lot of people here are unbreakable, especially those with like this moon placement. I know you did a good job in life. And also we have to say more about religion here. You see that I'm not saying everybody is bad. Everybody who believes in God this particular organized way, who reads the Bible verses, and I'm not saying, I think you can find relevance in everything, but it's I think people who are this way, they are actually taking others from experiencing God, because well, God is within you, and everybody has right to discover God any way they want. They should have right to freely be able to connect to God through infinite possible expressions of how people may be able to do it. If somebody is trying to present somebody a ready system in order to discover God, but there is a deeper truth in it. This system they believe in, the Christians. Especially I'm talking about my own personal trauma in Poland here, because like, especially like people are super, they are extremely religious, and actually this religion here, the Christian religion, is the ego attachment. It's a part which they associate with why I'm a Christian. This religion is a set of values which I see myself through as, which is not true. Like, they do all sorts of sins. They do horrible things. This just looks like such a hypocrisy. The way they are operating while calling God by name and saying nasty things about the other person. This all makes literally no sense. And there's also the fact that every conversation with somebody extremely religious is, I'm sorry, I'm getting a huge earring. It's just this conversation with, wow, the earring is, this must be really important to say right now. It's a competition. it's not out of love. And you know, what God is always like, it's high vibration. Like I get just this high pitched voice. It's high vibration. It's love. It's unconditional love. It's freeing experience to meet God. You know. But everything like related like to how those people are presenting those religious systems, and how dogmatic they are, how much, you know, and especially if you see in Poland that they do the worst possible thing ever. They are raping children and this is and they have ego attachment to religion. Like my brain can't comprehend it. Like it's just too much for me. This is like no computing. No, I don't understand that. What the fuck in the matrix is that? You know, to speak about the Jesus, and the very person who speaks about Jesus rapes children, and they have this giant stomach. Like every priest here has this giant stomach full of siphoned soul from solar plexus chakras. They are just like, every priest has this many souls in their stomach. You know, that's how I imagined it as a child. I got psychic as a child. I got psychic input about. I've been feeling things. You know, I don't know. I don't want to talk about the details, but I new things are happening. Just new, and I couldn't live with it. It's just like literally traumatized me extremely. That this particular thing. So this is what may be for some people. Like I think that this is like absolutely like, if you want child enslaved, like just, you know, sexually abuse them, it's I think the most severe way somebody solar plexus might be bound. Personal power might be bound. The joy, happiness of experiencing reality, safety, self-confidence, right? All those qualities, like that's why I'm saying like inner child is literally your soul at its purest form. It's the divine spark. It's a divine child. So, coming back to it, like nobody should force feed you any beliefs. Like this is the beauty of life, that you discover them yourself. You're creating your own worldview through experiencing reality, through studying, through exploring. If somebody will pack your mind and even your body, you know, we're releasing this trauma from various centers and bodies. We see this all through certain lens. We having those spiritual experiences of how reality actually works, how consciousness works. We can deduce it from them if we detached enough. But if somebody is not able to be detached in a moment of discovering, this is a psychosis. You know, so it's be very careful doing this shadow work. Be very careful, even, you know, going too much into meeting or occult. If you're not ready, it's not a good idea. This has to be done like, I'm talking to a child right now. I'm talking to the inner child. This has to be done in the baby steps. This has to be done carefully, because you can't finish cycle lightly. That's very hard work. Everything and not finishing cycle means it repeats. And it may repeat harder as the energies in the world changing. It might become more complex, more complicated. There will be more to overcome. Spiritual work is very, very serious. You're working with your very soul, your very mind, with everything at once. It's personal alchemy. So that's what I want to say here. Jumping away from this dogmatism I picked up on. See, never try to, well, what I want to say. You see, I'm still talking about non-duality, yet I'm reading cards. How is it possible? How is it possible that I'm not standing here and I'm not saying, well, I'm a psychic, I'm gonna tell you your future, I know everything, I figure out the matrix, we coming out of it. Like, why I don't say this all obsolete statements? Because they are dangerous. Because this is what you shouldn't believe. Because this is the cold mentality I'm trying to avoid. I'm not saying any of it because I want everybody to make their own opinion. And the freedom to make opinion is, of course, it won't be in literal tarot reading where I'm picking up on somebody's energy. What exactly happened? Because what exactly happened is just recollecting of the hidden realm of the energy of the past. So we had such a certain breakup or something. We going into deeply what happened, what caused it, what exactly. These are facts we talk about. Of course, they are not facts like in reality. The fact is what happened, right? It was recorded, recollected. This is the additional dimension to the factual event. So it is pretty concrete in a psychic reading. But to force feed, and many tarot readers are doing that, and many tarot readers are pushing their personal beliefs on others. I don't think it's right. See, I don't think it's right. That's why I'm talking really carefully about those issues regarding religion. Okay, let's see. I will watch over you. Even though there is probably still something to figure out in this situation regarding, well, finally freeing this inner child in order to move to the next stage of life. I'm getting somebody's gonna have wonderful life, by the way, because somebody is highly protected in this next step. This person, perhaps, I think something wonderful is gonna happen. Not only that, this voodoo, this Three Little Sisters, there was a powerful reading lately about it. There were rituals done, there were people sacrificing cats. Here we're talking about low-key, like, you know, sacrificing children in a way. You know, child sacrifices, mass child sacrifices in the Christian church. That we kind of like calling in because we know this to be a fact. You know, but we talk about consequences of it for a collective solar plexus chakra. I'm not talking about myself here. I'm not talking about you concretely. I'm talking about generally what's happening in this this highest extension of this morphogenetic field, which is the collective consciousness. What is the underlying issue? How to make everybody healthy again? What is the worst crime against solar plexus chakra? Oh man. And this is my idea about it. Like, I didn't read it anywhere. I just like figured it out that perhaps, you know, it's fifth house of astrology. It's regarding children. It's a solar plexus chakra. It's of a sign of Leo. Also, I wanted to talk about here, because with these things here, well, our body, our physical body, it's very sensitive, very complex as well. Oftentimes, if people go through certain abuse, so we talk about like, or narcissistic abuse or sexual abuse or anything else, especially if this happens with family members, let's say it's your parents, right? Let's say it's your uncle or whatever. Those people carry the same genetic material within. So if this person hurts you and becomes your enemy, you see, logical thing is so you to start hating your own body and developing autoimmune disease. Autoimmune disease, and it's well documented even in science, comes from trauma, emotional trauma. That's why I'm talking about this moon in Gemini here. See, somebody with moon in Gemini at the top of integration, they will know all of it. They will know how exactly, what are exactly impacts of emotions on physical body. They will have it in one thing, and they will have it all correlated. They will all see it. So it's a beautiful placement. It's very humane placement alongside the moon in Aquarius. Okay, what else we have here? So this voodoo, we talk about oftentimes in astrology. Well, yeah, of course black magic happens. Of course people pay for rituals. But also sometimes when we go through Kundalini awakening, or we go through some sort of trauma, integration or release, our body may show us this grand release as pain in a certain body part. And it might not be that somebody is doing voodoo on you, because you go to the doctor and you say, hey, my stomach hurts so bad. They say, nothing's wrong with your stomach. All is okay. But you're still there in pain. That might be very much psychological, metaphysical, somatic pain. And your body is telling you, hey, let's go and work a little bit here on this particular energetic center. I'm just mentioning that I don't know. I'm just like, as this moon in Gemini, it's an energy of being like very, very rational here with, and very careful. It's like I don't know if I'm like preparing somebody to become, I don't know. I'm not saying, I want to say less than tarot reader. I want to say more than tarot reader. Somebody who can speak to the bigger audience, like actually not only people who are who understand the language of tarot, and how freeing it is to operate in language of tarot, because you can say all those things which use symbolically, things which sound really hard to accept by somebody who doesn't understand this language. They sound like ridiculous. They sound like somebody is schizo, or like not somebody I'm gonna treat seriously based on like how they operate with metaphors here, right? Because like we out of the matrix, all those obsolete statements, I'm God, I am Kali, like here I am Kali. Nobody is really Kali, like Kali is a Hindu goddess, and the same as astrology works, when our mental cortexes, they are we're projecting this framework outwardly, and within this collective consciousness, then we are conditioned by everybody who knows about it and to understand those meanings this way. Like we ultimately, people are creating reality we live in for ourselves. We're doing this for ourselves, and everybody can anytime they want change the reality they live in. It's not, it sounds easy, it's not easy, but everything we can, everything worse we can imagine exists, and everything best we can imagine exists. Everything the most beautiful, the most appealing exists, and everything worse as well. We wise people are trying to be somewhere seamlessly in the middle. So we always talk about this alignment. So we are living in absolute peace, and we can choose. Other people taking this crazy roller coaster ride and very bumpy road, and it's usually when they learn. Usually when they learn to later be free and have a choice. That's what alchemy is about. It's not about having dominance of others, having control over others, using this witchcraft to control others, manifesting nasty things. It's just to be free, to free your own mind, to free your own body out of pain and suffering. That's what it is. Everybody who went through spiritual journey knows it, and I'm really seriously talking about this full moon in Gemini now, and about this perfect alchemy we can live in if we want to. We can also live in absolute happiness, because this fifth house and solar plexus comes out. This is literally like going through the stage, releasing all the trauma from the center, and then you are able to reprogram your child, teach your child how to be child again. Perhaps you're gonna spend the rest of your life playing games, being happy, just playing, just learning through play again. Perhaps having children and showing them all of that. To not load them with this baggage you've been carrying you know, to release it finally, to send it to abyss and to never come back. That's what's gonna happen later on. I'm seeing it. We have dress of alchemy, release your power. This is exactly what I'm saying. Solar plexus chakra here. Your personal power, your ego is important. That's what you see. And ego attachments, we don't, there is nothing wrong with ego. This is just wrong how people, where people see themselves, what values, what systems. You need to completely kill your ego in order to have an ego. You need to, that's what we're saying. You have to decondition everything you know and think about yourself so you can start again as new reborn human being. And this is where the power is. The power is in freedom and exploration. The Sagittarius here coming through too. Okay, heed-wise counsel and listen. See, there were some counsels around you. There were a lot of advices. There were a lot of people pushing on you some certain dogma, some absolute statements. It's this and that's it. Even in spirituality, people have been saying that's this particular way. There is no other way. That's how you integrate. That's how you do it. And it's not true. There's infinite combination, infinite possibilities. There is still creativity. People still can do things differently. It's not just singularity and ChatGPT. We're gonna work against it, you know. Even through some of those things are as well true, you know. But it's just like I'm saying, this unity in the middle might be named like that, yeah. But you know, we choose where we live, and we can give ourselves various experiences after this whole process of deconditioning who we are. Here Kali plays such an important role, this beautiful symbol. Candy cane angel, it's time for a treat. No, it's not yet. Somebody will get this. In fact, somebody will get a lot of pleasure in life, but it's some hard work in front of somebody still. And it's like, my dear fairy, clean up time in reverse. So there's still like somebody I'm reading for still have bottled up emotions, still have some sort of clouded things, still don't understand something properly emotionally. I think somebody should be more emotionally expressive too. Like, actually say what you feel in a way that it's appropriate. Also, another advice is, then I'm saying this to somebody right now, but I'm hearing somebody's thinking like, but I don't want to talk to these people. Like, it's not that I'm avoiding them. It's just like I'm wise enough to know it's not gonna do anything. It's not. But say like, so how is it not authentic? You know, if I don't express those emotions, I'm not doing it from, you know, kind of. I'm not doing it from kind of like, you know, like a begging voice and sadness and please don't hurt me. It's like, I'm not doing this because I will not allow you to hurt me again, you know. I will not allow you to hurt me again. It's not because I'm just like, oh, you know, oh, please don't beat me up, please. It's just like, I won't talk because I will fucking beat you up. Something like this here, you know. This is still authentic. You're just very wise. You're just very wise in the way you operate in these emotions. You're not getting angry easily. You are contained, but you're not compressed. You're not hiding anything. Everything is just measured. It's like poised. Nothing comes back to you and eats you from inside. It's all well processed. You're just prioritizing your emotional well-being because you know where it can lead you to. It can lead you to autoimmune disease. It can lead you to various different problems within your body. It can lead you to depression, it can mental illness, it can lead you to having no money, having no drive, having no creativity, having no presence in the world, not being able to act on anything you think about, not being able to do anything you want. So the seriousness is high, like if you know this is particular thing, this solar plexus, and if you operate on a really really high level, and you actually like picking up on your field. Let's say I'm in Poland now, I'm picking on the fact that this church, doing stuff to children is like what generational trauma, national trauma, and solar plexus is. There would be similar thing happening in your country, which will be, symbolic of. We have a, how to explain it? So, this collective consciousness, and I never heard anybody saying this, but I'm sensing, I'm feeling, I'm intuiting that is localized. As Rupert Sheldrake was talking about the morphogenetic fields in family, Carl Jung was talking about the collective consciousness and giving examples like pyramids in various countries, how people did the same thing, similar time, how they were perceiving the same forms the same way, and so on. I'm thinking like the fact that we are all connected by certain culture, it causes people on a higher level, when you're trying to be universally connected to everything around you, to all universe, right? That's what spiritual growth is. You encountering this generational traumas, but also the national traumas. Like you'll be feeling Holocaust later on. You'll be going and processing consequences of it, social isolation, sociopathy. A lot of different wounds and things which were caused by the past events are surfacing right now. And somebody understands this, and somebody's finally calm. Somebody finally can step outside of it in order to be in it. Like this is very important in stepping outside of it is transcending it. Being able to analyze it without raging, being completely out of alignment, being completely chaotic and crazy. The fact that you can acknowledge it's existent, but it doesn't affect your life trajectory in such a way is emotional maturity. Okay, next one. I'm gonna wrap it up actually. I think it's everything I wanted to really say. Something you finished burst back into your life. The process isn't ended. It's still something yet to discover. It's not that easy. Somebody sees the pattern, somebody's thinking, okay, I understand the operational system behind it. I understand what's gonna happen next. I understand the steps. The formula is known to me, the theory is known to me. I have a few hypotheses as how it may proceed and what may be like concrete things which gonna happen. But then, autumn is my last chance. Please, my last chance. Please don't lose hope. Yeah, this is very urgent to do it this autumn. Soon technically there will be a winter, so gotta hurry up here. It's some sort of cycle closing out. I'm feeling it. Somebody's called. That's why you are being called to meditation. If this reading resonates, you are being called to meditate more, to do inner work more, to do some sort of release, some karmic release, however you do that, through certain frequencies, transmissions. I'm hearing Ouija board showing those idiosyncrasies, showing how your unconscious mind is just literally like in front of you, showing you everything which is relevant, manifests it. If you're using Ouija board, it might be you can use it for healing. You don't have to attach this highly controversial, this all occult type thing, all of those histories. Yeah, a lot of it is true, and a lot of it was being done by people who are way lower in a hierarchy of consciousness. If you look at spiral dynamics, the caveman people the first one, they were all about survival. Second level is this magical thinking, and doing like little witchcrafts and stuff. That's this level of consciousness. I don't think you want to be there anymore. All right, like that's for all the people who actually do it. I'm picking up on it all the time. I'm picking up on the spells, formulas, what people actually doing in home, or what they paying for. And these are in various like exotic countries, which are still known for being deeply connected to roots. I'm not insulting cultures here. I'm not saying they're outdated or anything. I'm just saying they are more still traditionally driven. I'm talking from a perspective of this moon in Gemini really today. It's kind of unique to this channel, this kind of perspective, I think. So still something, and what more has to be done here? This card. I'm not a victim. Yeah, so another thing is still the forgiveness. The aspect of forgiveness. Even though all of this happened to you, it shouldn't cause you to feel resentful towards people. Towards others, towards the world. It doesn't mean, you should never, I'm sorry, and my throat just got like, yo, like somebody really don't like it. What the heck? Yeah, this is terrible. Like, throat chakra issue. Like, I can't speak. And this happened a few times when I was reading tarot. It just doesn't happen normally. It's like the formula I'm giving somebody here for healing. Like, there's a person around you who really, really did everything possible in order to stop this realization. There are versions of you, people close to you, who are trying to stop it. They're still trying to stop it. What gives them audacity? It's time to become a great leader. They don't want it. This is what they're fearing the most. That you become a leader. That you're gonna release this inner child. That you're gonna unbound and open your solar plexus chakra. That there will be no fear in there. That all shadow will be integrated. That there will be nothing more to integrate. Every time you go into meditation, you're asking, how much more is it there? What more I have to overcome? From already years, there is nothing to overcome. I'm hearing it emotionally. I feel emotions now, strong emotions. There is, from years, there is nothing there. But it's being added and added and added and added more and a little more and a little more. Maybe test them again, okay? Because I think they're not right. I think they're crazy. I think they're just fucking, yeah. You see, something like this here. I'm channeling really, I don't know. I wouldn't like to be around this person. It's really like entitled. It gives me like Karen vibes. Karen, but somebody who actually understands a lot about reality. This is like some sort of dark practitioner. It might be not that serious. It might be somebody finally getting released from like family trauma, and this is just a family member, the one who still can't see you properly. Somebody who is putting you on a hot seat, on a burning seat. Every time you see this person, you're on a burning seat, and they don't even, like, they don't even see you. Like, they don't see who you are, a person. They don't even give a shit about how you behave or what you do. They don't see you as a person. They see you as the object on which they project their own trauma. And that's what they're judging. They have like a conversation with themselves. This must be narcissist. They have a conversation with themselves, but they're thinking it's you. They don't see you as external object. They see you as an object of their own mind. And that's very dangerous. This is where most of people are blocked on their spiritual journey. If you end up like this, if you see everybody as version of you and treat you as such, that's not how it goes. You know? Even through on the highest level of consciousness, everything is a unity. Everybody is an image of God. Everybody is a reflection of God. Yeah, we all are. We collectively, not particularly one person. Judging everybody through this. No, we all have identities. We all have beautiful egos. We all colorful and wonderful. And we all love each other unconditionally. That's how it's supposed to be. Not you are me and I'm gonna shit on you and I'm gonna break you and kill you because I hate myself. You know? Like, that's what I'm seeing here. I don't know who it is around you, but we're not gonna pass. You know, we're not gonna pass. We're gonna vibrate out of existence soon. And you see, this kind of moments and this kind of emotions I have right now, this is something I really dislike about me, tarot reading, and personally, this is not something I like. I like when everything is, see, there is no you versus me. This is actually everything works perfectly. I want to just say to people and things which are actually going to help them, and it turns out such a painful things, such a traumatic things, unfolding this trauma, unfolding this details about somebody's like journey here, many people's journey, how deep and dark it can get, how much abuse someone can take before realizing, you know. It's really painful. It's really hard. I'm sorry to everybody who's going through any of it. Know that you definitely see deep dark sea mermaid. Find solution in 9 known places in the darkness. See, solutions for darkness are in the darkness, but darkness is not inherently evil. Darkness is just reverse of a light. And light, there is no light without the darkness, and there is no darkness without the light. That's what I've been saying lately a lot, that we have this yin and yang equilibrium, and this is what's going to happen this full moon. I'm strongly getting it. Somebody's gonna have the night of realization. Somebody's gonna finally understand it all, and it will be all organized. It's not gonna be superficial. It's gonna be lasting realization. It's gonna be a transformation on the level, and it stays in your life, and you're never going back to your old understanding which was wounding you. You're not gonna let these people into your life again. That's what I'm hearing too. Butterflies in bloom. After sadness, happiness return. Something's hard that's gonna happen. Something's healing is disturbed. I don't know what have to happen still, because you see, like this people out there, those who refuse to understand, who refuse to learn how to love. They still planning something, you know. That's what I'm feeling. Like, there's not just like, it's not gonna happen without a fight. And I'm still sensing something really deep and dark in there. Some counterattack, some dark magic, something, you know, doing something to you, permanently breaking, damaging. Like, they feel this. They feel you are almost there, and they're gonna try this last time. I'm feeling this here, and that's why it just pisses me off, because like, I just don't want this to happen. Because like, I don't wanna, nobody wants people. Carnivorous flower fairy, tempting offer of a hot pies. Yeah, they're gonna go and proceed with something. Carnivorous, trying to harm someone in a certain way, trying to, I don't know, somebody is just like, the energy is being cut off, and I'm thinking globally here. I'm thinking like church. I'm thinking like all the covenants. I'm talking about all people who, rather than praying in their rooms, they pray together to show how much they pray. I'm thinking about something global. and there will be an attempt, you know, to, before everybody can free these souls from those giant nasty stomachs of priests, some certain priests. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not saying every priest is bad. I'm just being a little bit, I don't know. Yeah, I'm really being a little, I'm generalizing. Uh, and I want to make it almost like a little humorous here, even if it's not matching at all to the reading. I just don't want to be so tense because it's starting to be. The unending sadness of looking back, endless regret, obsessive grief, replaying past negative nostalgia. That's what you've been at. That's where you were. That's what you are getting released from. That was the shadow integration, hugging this sarcophagus. What is it called? The Egyptian. I don't know. I will have to look it up. You know what I mean. The sacred beetle. This is where you are at. Clockwork pumpkin. A wonderful idea and aha moment without any. You see, like, even though I feel it, even I know what the resolution is, even though I don't know, they want to erase your memory or something, because like I've been already said, I already told people. You know, I already know it myself. I already know how it works. I already know what's gonna happen. You already know what's gonna happen. You already know how it's gonna work. So how they wanna again bind everybody? How they wanna erase everybody's memory? What they gonna do? What's coming? Deterioration. That's what I'm hearing. Deterioration. Leftovers. Oh, that's a series, actually. So perhaps it's about like certain people like literally vibrating out of reality. Or it may happen metaphorically, as if you will really lose contact with a lot of people because you can't carry them again, still on your back. And sarcophagus, I'm hearing also. Something ancient waking up. There are doors opening. There is a portal opening, and there are beings in this portal, and they are coming out. So this is bad thing? I was thinking it's a good thing, but it's not. It seems. Okay. Lady with a Bosch egg and ancient wisdom. Ancient wisdom in the reverse. And I don't know how to interpret it. Is that they want us to forget or erase the ancient wisdom? They want to do something to Earth so it doesn't have so it's no longer working on Schumann resonance. They want to, don't know what, delete Akashic records. What do they want to do? Or is it like a dark ancient wisdom which gonna be used? All the grids on Earth will be fired, and I don't know. All the people will feel certain vibrations. They'll be in certain place controlled more. I don't know. Something weird and dark is. I need to change the deck. It's gonna be last thing, and I'm ending it. See, upper world. I don't know. I'm just gonna a little bit. Okay, the Earth Keeper. In here, I need to interpret it. It's just like calming. It's calming strongly. I can't say relativism and million possibilities. It's one possibility. This Earth Keeper, I want to keep old order on Earth. It's not about new order. It's about doing everything. Okay, upper world is coming. They want upper world's plan in order to put Earth onto new vibration, 5D, right? They don't want this plan to be completed. They don't want this plan to be successful. They want to do anything they can to break it. Wind in reverse and smoky mirror upon the earth. Smoky mirror upon the earth. No movement, no motion, binding also. Lower realm is also in reverse. So give me even if an upper realm and lower realm was. I hear alarm outside. That's crazy. So even upper world and lower realm, they had agreement about it. There is another dimension opening with beings which were here as they created something in ancient times, and then they disappeared, and then they're coming back now in order to distort something. You see, to stop us from soul retrieval, to stop this process happening. So you see, what opening like your third eye and crown chakra, and then connection to the higher chakras than that. This is what soul retrieval is. They want to stop it. I'm sensing that everybody, every human being on earth will have a chance to retrieve their soul. That's what we're working on. Like, that's literally me and other people who are speaking about it. That's what we're hoping for. That's what we're here to do. Oh, there will be work happening for sure. Some sort of. Of course, there are people who, yeah, the ancient ones and the rainmakers. Whoa. I need to take all of them. Okay. So, yeah, I'm seeing the image of thousands of people meditating together with lights. This is some sort of Hinduism, I think. Hindu religion. Perhaps there are some upcoming holidays. I don't know, but I'm seeing people in stillness. They want to manifest the soul retrieval to occur, and they want to work against those beings which are coming from a portal. There is a secret drum, and this drum is not sacred. This drum is the drum of this certain beings coming, certain dimension opening with things which are about to block. I don't know if this is like in this new age, you know, like we have a lot of those on earth. There are similar beings, similar souls, but they need more of them, so they open some portal for more of souls like this who are, you know, want to enslave and control reality. Those beings to come in larger amount. And chaotic, the trick to trick people out to, I don't know, chaotic can literally, like, it's not big large animal, but can kill a lot of small animals. It's very, very, I don't know, it doesn't look well. What's gonna be resolution? See, unsuccessful to balance it out. It's not success. This is, it's a large battle between before we can all step into. You can do it individually. You can pretend to do it individually, you know. You can pretend if you're not empathetic being, if you're not actually operating in like a collective fields, you may pretend you did it and then you are aware and you are out of it and you know, but no, because like not all of us did. High Priestess, I'm talking to you. There is no separation. Even though we hate those people, we care about them. Like, I'm just hearing things like this now. This is all our family. We're all family. Okay, I'm gonna end it. I'm getting tired.